Namaste and welcome. This is David Anderson with Sony Yoga. So nice that you were all able to join us for our regular Tuesday evening gentle yoga class. Let's begin by finding a comfortable seated position. Now, you'll see tonight I'm actually sitting on a bolster. You know I normally sit on a block, but this was the block Sony gave me, and it's really uncomfortable. So I'm sitting on a bolster. Sitting on something just lifts your spine up a little bit, lets your hips open up and relax. So find yourself a comfortable seated position. Something where you can relax, where your sits bones don't hurt, where you can feel your shoulders relax, crown of your head lift up. Now let's begin by gently closing your eyes. Relax your shoulders, and let's take a deep cleansing breath in through your nose. Open your mouth. Do that again. Really, really, really big inhale. Fill yourself all the way up and then open your mouth. And just relax for a moment. Take a moment to disconnect from all of the craziness going around. Whatever may have happened today, whatever you may have watched, just let it go for now. Disconnect from all of that and bring your entire focus to yourself. Keeping your shoulders relaxed and your eyes closed if that's okay. Let's begin by placing one hand on your belly and the other hand above your chest, and begin to focus on our breath. Inhaling through your nose, feel your chest lift and then your belly expand. And as you exhale through your nose, begin by pulling your belly in and then allowing your chest to relax. Inhale, chest lifts and belly expands. Exhale, belly contracts, chest relaxes. Keep going. Let's take a few more minutes just like this, just breathing deeply and intentionally. Enjoying, celebrating the joy of a full breath of air each and every time. Much as you possibly can, continue to breathe like this, not only through this entire practice, but throughout your day. The more you can breathe like this, the more you give your body the tools it needs to defend itself against invaders. Keeping your eyes closed or blinking them open if you wish. I like to sit down. We're going to begin our spinal warm-up. So placing your hands on your knees and sitting up nice and tall. Today we're going to do what I call the virtual hula hoop. As most of you know, I can't actually do hula hoop, much to the amusement of my granddaughters who are really, really good at this. But if I could do a hula hoop, I think it would look something like this. As I begin to rotate the base of my spine around that big pelvic bone. So pick a direction and start to pay attention to your lower back. Round and round, just releasing those little muscles in there. Good. Keep going. And then change directions. Go the other way. Keeping your breath deep, steady and even. Just release releasing any little tensions in that lower back. Coming back to center, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to start to work on your middle back by doing spinal flexion and extension. So what we're going to try to do is to get your heart and the middle part of your back to move as much as you can. So holding on to your knees, as you inhale, pull your shoulder blades back, push your chest forward, squeeze and lift your chin, and as you exhale, pull your belly in around your back and drop your chin. Inhale, push your heart forward as much as is comfortable. And exhale, rock it back. Keep going. If you want, you can go a little faster. But you decide, find a pace that feels good on your back. Couple more. And then sit up nice and tall. Let's do a little spinal rotation. So we're going to begin by placing your right hand behind your right hip as close to your back as you can. Your left hand is going to go behind your head and lift that elbow up and back. Now, inhale, get taller. Exhale, turn your belly button to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, gently turn your belly button to the right. Keep going. Don't work hard at this. Work gently at this. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, twisting to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Other side. So left hand goes behind your back, pressing up against your spine to keep you as vertical as possible. Right hand goes behind your head. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, turn your belly button to the left. Let your breath lead this motion. Inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, contract your belly, and then twist to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Sit up nice and tall, but keep your shoulders relaxed. Let's do some shoulder rolls. So as you inhale, bring your shoulders forward and up, and as you exhale, take them back and down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Keep going. Some of you may have been feeling like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. Let it go. Let that go away. All you have to do is take care of yourself right now. Right now, all that matters is you. With your next breath, change directions. Inhale, take your shoulders back and up. Exhale, bring them down. Your hands can do whatever they want. Back to center. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to do a little gentle neck work. Now, your neck should never hurt as we're doing this. If it hurts, stop. Don't do that. Let's sit up nice and tall, and we're going to drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Relax for a moment, then carefully, gently let your head roll back. Then bring your left ear to your left shoulder and your chin back to center. As you inhale, take your right ear to your right shoulder, gently let it roll back. Left ear to left shoulder, chin to center. Do one more that way. And then do 3 circles the other way. As always, letting your breath lead the motion. Coming back to center, sitting up nice and tall. Let's take your arms out wide. Try to pull the shoulders into their sockets and then stretch the fingertips out. Good. Now pulling those shoulders in, we're going to take and drop your right hand down to the ground. Take your left arm straight up overhead. Now, really, you can do whatever you want with this left arm. You can keep it nice and straight. You can relax it. You decide. What we're going to be working on is your side. So we're going to take a deep inhale here. With your exhale, bend that right elbow and reach over. Inhale, lift yourself up. Exhale, bend that right elbow, sink. Inhale and exhale. See if you can feel your rib cage stretching out there. One more time. And then inhale, come back to center. Both arms out wide, and then drop your left arm down. Right arm up wherever you want to. Trying to keep this right hip on the ground. Take a deep inhale, and with your exhale, bend that left elbow, reach. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, gently reach again. Don't work hard at this. Be gentle with yourself. Just enjoying your body moving in these nice ways. And then inhale, lifting yourself up. Let's take both arms up overhead. Again, try to pull those shoulders in their sockets. Keeping your biceps by your ears, take a deep inhale, and with your exhale, begin to slowly reach forward, just halfway. Pause. Feel your tailbone press down, reach those fingertips forward, take a deep inhale, and now with your exhale, let your hands come all the way down, relax your head, and breathe. Elbows can drop down, whatever's comfortable. Relax and breathe into your back. Now looking up at your fingertips, we're going to come onto hands and knees. You can either perhaps pull yourself forward, if that's okay with your knees, or just take your knees to one side or another, and let's come up onto hands. Hands under shoulders, your knees under your hips, and beginning with a nice flat back, we're going to do some cat and cow poses. This begins with your tailbone. So with your inhale, feel your tailbone start to roll up, then your belly sink, then your shoulders lift and your head lift. And with your exhale, beginning with your tailbone. Start to tuck it under, lift and drop your head. Inhale slowly to cow pose. Exhale slowly to cat. 3 more times on your own. One more time. And come back to center, flat back. Now, many of you who've practiced with me before know this next pose called Asana. Tino was our Boston Terrier who did not know that he didn't have a tail, but he would try desperately to wag it. So hips and shoulders move to one side first, and then to the other side. Back and forth, moving your spine horizontally. You can go slowly, or if you'd like, you can go a little quicker. Come back to center and then just press your hips back to your heels for child's pose. Let your head relax and breathe. Breathe into your lower back. As you inhale, send energy into that lower part of your back, and as you exhale, let it relax. With your next inhale, let's make your way back to hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, belly pulls in. Let's start off feeling strong. Pulling your belly in, take your right leg straight back. Let's point the toe, kind of lift up out of this right shoulder, and then take your left arm straight forward. Lengthen. Push those toes back, reach your fingertips forward. Take a deep inhale here, and with your exhale, let's bring elbow and knee together. Inhale, reach, and maybe lift a little bit. Exhale, squeeze. One more time. Reach and lift, stretch up, look up. Exhale, squeeze, bring your elbow and knee together, and then put your left hand down. Put your right foot between your hands. If it didn't get there, help it. Now, I want you to pay attention to the distance between your right heel and your left knee. You might want to move that knee back a little bit, or the foot forward a little bit, so that you get a really nice stretch in the front of your left hip. Let your hips sink down. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Now we're going to press your left hand down and take your right arm out to the side and up. Turning your shoulders and stretch up. Take one more big breath like this. And then with your exhale, we're going to lower that right hand down. Now, keeping your chest and your thigh pressed together, just pull your hips straight back. You don't have to straighten this leg. Just find a place where you're getting a really nice stretch in that right hamstring. Breathe. Inhale, feel your head reach forward, and exhale, maybe sink a little bit. Your next inhale, bring yourself forward and take your right knee back a little wider than your hips. Press yourself back. Child's pose. Relax and breathe. Deep, slow, steady breaths, trying to breathe into the middle part of your back now. Inhale, feel that middle back expand. Exhale, allow it to relax. Making your way back to table pose, hands and knees. Do the other side. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, belly pulls in, and this time your left leg reaches straight back. Point the toes, lift up out of that left shoulder, and reach your right arm forward. With your inhale, lift up a little bit, and with your exhale, bring your elbow and your knee together. Inhale, reach and lift. Exhale, squeeze. One more time. And then put your right hand down. Bring your left foot forward between your hands and adjust that distance again. Getting a nice stretch in the front of your right hip. Let your hips sink. We're going to press your right hand down and take your left arm out to the side and up. Lift up out of that right shoulder, pull the left arm back, and maybe look up at your left fingers. One more deep breath, and then exhale, lower your left hand down. keeping your chest pressed firmly against that left thigh. Pull your hips back until that hamstring says, thank you very much, that's enough for today. And just breathe. Couple more breaths like this. And then with your next inhale, shift your weight forward, press your hands down, take your left knee back, take child's pose. Relax and breathe. 5 breaths like this. This time trying to breathe into your shoulders. So as you inhale, feel your shoulder blades spread apart. And as you exhale, allow them to relax back together. Inhale, shoulders open up. Exhale, relax. Now, pressing your hands into the ground, we're going to come back up to table pose. And those of you who have sore knees out there, like me, are going to be particularly careful in this next section. So I'm going to take a bolster. You could also use a block if you've got a regular block, and put it in between your calves and your thighs, and then sit back on your heels. If your knees hurt, stop. Don't do this. Feel your hips press down, the crown of your head lift up, and let's rest your hands on your thighs. We're going to do that spinal flexion that we did before. So with your inhale, push your chest forward. With your exhale, push your back to the rear. Good. Keep going. Few more of these. Back to center, and then let's come up onto your knees. Take your knees just a little bit apart, so they're kind of hip width apart. And then take both hands and put them on your tush. We're doing this because I want you to feel these muscles here squeeze and get strong to help protect your lower back. Now, strong glutes. Press your knees down. Feel your hips move forward, and then the center of your chest lifts up. So we're not really bending back as much as arching up. With each breath, see if perhaps you can go a little bit deeper. But not if there's any pain. If your lower back hurts at all, stop. 2 more breaths like this. Lift yourself up, curl your toes under. Now, this may be really uncomfortable for some of you, but if you can, see if you can sit back on your heels once again, stretching your toes and stretching the arches of your feet. If this hurts too much, don't sit back. Just sit up, curl the toes under, and lift yourself up. Breathe into your feet. Keeping your toes curled under, let's come back up onto your knees. We're going to do one more heart opener like this. So again, your knees press down, your hips start to press forward. This time your hands can go wherever you'd like. Squeezing the gluteus muscles, lifting your heart, squeezing the shoulder blades. Some of you can perhaps take your hands to your heels. It's not important. But if they get there, nice. And then squeeze the shoulder blades, lift your heart up. Can you find your breath like this? Your next inhale, lift yourself up. Take your hands to the ground. Flip your toes back. Pat the top of your feet a couple of times. And then Take child's pose. Hips back to your heels, shoulders relax, breathe. Making your way back to table pose. Let's take your hips to one side or another. Sit down and swing your legs around to the front. Removing the flesh from your sits bones. And you know what? Let's everybody bend your knees a bit here. So we're gonna bend the knees so we can make sure that our hips move. So sitting up tall, tilt your tailbone back. And then, my camera person is telling me to move back. So sit up tall, roll your tailbone back, and then leading with your heart, just bring your chest forward and relax. If you have really flexible hips and hamstrings, you can straighten the legs and fold, but it's not important. Fold. Let your head relax. With each inhale, feel your tailbone roll back, and with your exhale, allow your chest to sink. Don't strain, don't struggle, don't worry about your toes. Just let your breath carefully and gently take you wherever your body is comfortable. Using your hands for support, lift yourself back up. And let's bring that right foot in and step it across. So step that foot all the way across. Once again, take your right hand behind your hip and your left hand behind your head. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, turn your belly to the right. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale, come back to center. Now we're going to take this right leg and see if maybe we can pull it all the way back so the right heel comes back by this left hip. Again, I'm going to try to roll my tailbone back. This is a really intense hamstring stretch, at least for some of us. So it may be that if you got your tailbone to move, there's no more room to fold. So just breathe. Lifting yourself up, using your hands for support. We're going to take this right leg and bring the ankle just above the left knee. Hands go behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades, and to your own extent, bring that left foot in. Even a little is okay, or maybe a lot. Doesn't matter. Bring that foot in, squeeze your shoulder blades, and get a nice stretch in this right hip. Find the place that feels best. One more breath like this. And then perhaps shifting that left foot forward a little bit, we're going to try to take both knees over to the right. Gently. Don't have to push it down. Just find a place where you're getting a nice stretch on the outside of this left hip. Maybe pull the left shoulder back and even turn your chin a little bit and look to the left. Inhale, come back to center, unwind your legs, stretch them out in front of you, wiggle them around a little bit and take another forward fold. Knees bent or straight, you decide. Using your hands for support, walk yourself up. Let's bring your left leg in and step it across. Left hand goes behind your back, right hand behind your head. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, turn your belly button to the left. Inhale, come back to center. We're going to try to take this left heel all the way back by that right hip. Carefully stacking your knee on top of the other knee. Tailbone rolls back, and maybe, or maybe not, there's a little space to fold. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe. Breathe into your hamstring, into your right leg, wherever you are feeling the tightness. And see if with your breath you can perhaps allow it to relax. Just a little bit, breath by breath. Using your hands for support, lift yourself up. We're going to bring this left ankle directly above the right knee. Hands go behind you, squeeze your shoulder blades and bring your right foot in. As much or as little as feels good, and this side might be quite different. Breathe. Find the place where your left hip is getting a really nice stretch. Lifting yourself up, perhaps moving that right foot forward a little bit, and then carefully taking both knees over to the left, pull the right shoulder back, and maybe look that way. Back to center, unwind your legs, stretch them out in front of you, wiggle them around a little bit, and then once again, take a forward fold. Whatever forward fold works for you. Using your hands for support, walk yourself back up. Let's bring your knees in about halfway, and then holding on to your knees, just lift your feet up. And pause. You can continue to hold on to the knees or release. Squeeze your shoulder blades and breathe. Now, from here, we're going to come lying on your back. The simplest way is to put your hands on the ground and carefully ease your way down. But if you're feeling ambitious today, hold on to your knees and rock a little bit, massaging your back and just enjoying. Come lying on your back. Let's bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees open out as you relax and breathe. Take your fingertips up overhead, your elbows out wide, your knees out wide. And now with your exhale, we're going to bring your elbows and your knees together. And with your inhale, gently press them apart. Exhale, draw your knees and elbows together. Inhale, press them apart. Keep going. 5 more. Relax. Breathe. Drawing your knees together. Bring your hands down by your side and your heels as close to your hips as you can. Now, I want you to imagine Your spine is a string of pearls. Good ones. Individually knotted, beautiful, lustrous, gorgeous pearls. And what we're going to try to do is with our inhale, one pearl at a time. Roll your spine up as high as it will go. And with your exhale, one pearl at a time. Roll it back down. Inhale carefully. Lift your spine one pearl at a time up as high as it will go. With your exhale, carefully roll it back down. Good. 4 more on your own. Breathe. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Last one, inhale, lift your hips up, and then carefully roll them back down. I probably should have told you this beforehand, but grab your block. When you're blocking, we're going to lift your hips up, tuck your block underneath your hips, find a nice comfortable spot, and then lift both legs up towards the ceiling. Good. Take one hand and place it on your belly, and the other hand above your heart, and close your eyes, bringing your focus once again to your breath. Inhale, feel your chest expand, and then your belly expand. And with your exhale, pull your belly in and let your chest relax. Close your eyes and breathe. We're going to stay here 1 more minute. Little bit longer. Stay focused on your breath. Now, relaxing your hands by your side, bend your knees, lower your feet to the ground, and remove the block. Lower your hips to the ground, press the soles of your feet together, and just relax for a moment. Do one of my favorite balance poses. It's kind of a silly one. It's playful, but one of the reasons I like it is because it's kind of a no-risk pose. So we're going to lie on your right side, and your right hand should be underneath your body, so you're lying on your right hand. Now, your head is lifted, your feet are flexed, and then take your left hand and rest it on your hip. Don't be in a rush. Just see if you can find your balance right here. Now, when you start to feel stable, we're going to start to lift that left leg up. It's only going to go so far before you need to turn the toes up towards the ceiling, lift it as high as you can, and then take your left hand and grab something. Maybe your toe, your neck, and if you fall, it's that far. So, not too risky. So, find your place. Good. Play with it. And then let that go. Let's roll onto your left side. Take your time. And try it on that side. If that was really hard and you want to find an easier way to do it, you can stretch your arm out. I know what you're thinking. Why didn't you tell me that before? Because you can do the hard one. So arm lifts out, right leg lifts, toes point up, reach up, maybe grab the toes or something to lift that leg up. And then lower your leg, roll onto your back and close your eyes. Relax your shoulders, breathe. Lying on your back, we're going to bring your right leg in and take your right hand and see if you can grab the outside edge of that foot. We're going to start by trying to push the heel up towards the ceiling, stretching that hamstring once again. And then taking the knee to the outside a little bit, see if you can pull that right knee all the way down into your right armpit. Keep your left leg active, the heel pressing away from you. One more breath like this. And then relax that leg. Stretch it out in front of you. And bring the left leg in. Left hand grabs a hold of the outside edge of the foot. We begin by pressing the heel up, stretching that hamstring. And then taking the knee to the outside, pulling it down into your left armpit. As much or as little as feels okay. Let's bring your right leg back in. Right hand grabs the outside edge. Pull the knees wide. Try to draw them into your armpits. Lower your tailbone to the ground. And then really slowly ease your way to one side. And then to the other. Very slowly easing your way back and forth. Massaging your spine, massaging your kidneys. Come back to center, release your hands, bring your knees together, take your arms out wide, and let's take both knees over to the right. Let them fall all the way down to the ground. You can take your right hand and rest it on top of that left knee as you turn your chin to the left. Breathe. Breathe into your back. With your inhale, picture yourself drawing your breath up your spine. With your exhale, send it back down. Drawing your knees to center, lifting your chin to center. Let's take both knees to the left and your chin to the right. Relax and breathe. Again, inhale, draw the breath up your spine. Exhale, send it back down. Draw your knees back to center. Wrap your arms around your knees, squeeze them in tight, lift your head and shoulders, try to tuck your nose between your knees. And then relax. Lower your head and shoulders. Release your arms and slowly stretch your legs out in front of you. It's time for Savasana. So let's separate your feet a comfortable distance and just let them fall to the outside. Turn your palms up and ever so gently tuck your shoulder blades beneath your back. Close your eyes. And we begin with a deep cleansing breath in through your nose more time. Really, really big inhale. And relax. The physical work is done. Allow your body to melt. Beginning with your feet and your ankles, deliberately let them go. Feel all the energy drain away as they fall to the outside. Relax your calf muscles, your knees, and your thighs. Soften your belly. And see if you can perhaps soften the area around your heart, letting go of some of the tension we've been carrying there. Release your shoulders and your neck. Relax your jaw. Relax your face. Let your whole body relax. Now, with your body relaxed, let's bring your focus once again to your breath. And if you want, we can do a simple breathing exercise here. We're going to try to inhale for 4 seconds and exhale for 8 seconds. Inhale for a slow count of 4 and exhale for a slow count of 8. If that's too difficult, try 3 and 6 or even 2 and 4. Inhale and exhale. Stay focused on your breath. Inhale for 4 and exhale for 8. Begin to draw your awareness back. Let's once again take a long, deep inhale through your nose. Open your lips and gently let it out. Start to ease your way back into your body. As one by one, you feel your fingers and your toes begin to wake. Just slowly working your way back. let your wrists and your ankles roll first one way and then the other. And then when you're ready, reach your arms overhead, point your toes, and stretch. Stretch to one side, stretch to the other side, however it feels nice. And then when you're ready, ease your way onto your right side. Take your left hand, press it into the ground in front of your heart, and support yourself carefully back up to seated. Shoulders relaxed, crown of the head lifting up, eyes still closed for a few more moments. Let's take those moments and reconnect with your breath. Inhaling through your nose to fill all the way up, and exhaling through your nose to empty all the way out. Blinking your eyes gently open, let's bring your hands together at heart center. We're going to end with a mantra, my favorite mantra. And as we chant this mantra, know that we are joining hundreds of millions of people around the world who today have chanted this very same poem, this very same wish. So this is really easy. It is in Sanskrit, but the way we do this is I say something and you repeat. No one's listening but you. Try if you'd like. Om. Asatoma.
Asatoma.
Satgamaya.
Satgamaya.
Tamasoma.
Tamasoma.
Jyotirgamaya.
Jyotirgamaya.
Mrityoma.
Mrityoma.
Amritam gamaya.
Amritam gamaya.
Om.
Om.
Shanti, shanti, shanti.
Shanti, shanti, shanti.
That beautiful voice in the background was Soni. It translates as lead us from lies to truth, from darkness to light, and from death to life. Om. Peace, peace, peace. For peace is our wish for you each and every day, today, tomorrow, always. May peace be with you. Namaste.
Namaste.